Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk South County. My name is Raquel Crowell, and I will be having candid conversations with local business owners, organization leaders, and community members in the South County area. Today, I have with me Sunday Minnich, the Executive Director for the Morgan Hill Mushroom Mardi Gras. In light of the recent events, the Board of Directors has decided to cancel this year's festival. Please hang on while I patch Sunday in so that we can have our Let's Talk conversation. Let me just hang on one second. And there she is. Hello, Sunday. Can you hear me?
Oh, there you are.
Hi. So I want to thank you for coming on my little video blog. Right now it's called Let's Talk South County. And we have just noticed, or just recently come to light, that the Morgan Hill Mushroom Mardi Gras has been canceled. So
Yes, unfortunately.
yeah, so first, for some of our viewers who have never heard of it, I know most of us locals have, can you just kind of go into a brief overview of what the Morgan Hill Mushroom Mardi Gras is and what it does?
It's a family fun festival, and it's been held for 40 years in Morgan Hill. It's had a couple of different homes, but basically it's a family fun festival that has arts and crafts, cooking demonstrations, stages. We do a mushroom expo to teach people the benefits of mushrooms and the health benefits of different, cooking strategies and different things like that. We have 2 stages of live entertainment with bands. We have a huge munchkin land for kids, and we have strolling Disney characters and musicians, and we have wine and beer gardens, wine tasting. We really like to promote our local wineries and breweries, and it's a great festival. It's a lot of fun, and we're sorry to see it being canceled after 40 years this year, but we will be back in 2021. So that's the good news.
Good, good. What were some of the conversations like leading up to canceling that? Was it kind of you're trying to hold out as long as you can? Was it the conversation has been started, a few weeks ago? What kind of environment was everyone involved? And from what I think we had discussed, there was a whole board of directors that are part of this organization that came to that conclusion. And what was everyone's kind of overall feel about that?
Well, we've been keeping a close eye on the coronavirus because, we've had every day is a new development.
Yeah.
Our initial plan was to continue holding the festival. It was still, 2 months out, far enough away. And then we got the shelter in place. So we were going to wait until April 8th to see if that was either rescinded or extended. And so we were trying to hold off as long as possible. But then we got an email from the International Festival and Events Association that we belong to. And the CDC had recommended that large events and festivals with 50 or more people cancel or postpone their festivals for at least 8 weeks. And this was just last week that we got it, which would have brought us out a week before our festival. And because we are a nonprofit organization, and we had a loss last year with the inclement weather on Sunday, we couldn't afford to lose any more money planning this festival, and then going like a week before the festival, and then they cancel it. So it was a very heartbreaking decision for us, but there was a lot of factors involved. Not only that, but our number one priority was the safety and the health of, the community and our attendees.
Yeah.
And also we rely very heavily on school groups and clubs and sport organizations, nonprofit organizations to work the festival. And with school being out of session, it was also going to be very hard to get volunteers and the kids involved in the school groups and different things like that. So there was a lot of factors involved, and we feel it was a heartbreaking decision for us, but it was the right decision to make for the safety and health of everyone involved.
Yeah, I own and operate some small businesses, and we had always had a booth at the Morgan Hill Mushroom Mardi Gras, and we looked forward to that. It was a good moneymaker for us, and I know it brings a lot of people downtown. And, some vendors for sure, they use the traffic to get a lot of, extra new leads coming their way. So I definitely think that, it's going to be a sad loss this year. Even if it was lifted, that would have been a great fun event, just to be like, I'm getting out and doing something and enjoying my time for sure. Now, I
Yeah.
know that the Morgan Hill Mushroom Mardi Gras also, you touched on this, like you use a lot of volunteers for schools, and you have the scholarship program. My son, he's going to their Washington, D.C. trip next year, and we were looking forward to raising some money towards that. Can you explain a little bit more about the scholarships and how that works within the Morgan Hill Mushroom Mardi Gras, and maybe if you know some numbers offhand, how much you guys have already contributed to local scholarships and community organizations?
Definitely. We just don't provide scholarships, but we also provide mini grants to elementary and middle schools who, so they don't feel left out as well. And we also do stipends for the organizations that I mentioned that work for the festival. So as of today, we've given out about $1.2 million in scholarships to high school seniors, either in public or private school that reside within the Morgan Hill Unified School District. And we give out about $22,000 a year in stipends to school groups, clubs, nonprofits. And then we do about $7,500 in mini grant programs for special projects for middle schools and elementary. So basically 100% of the proceeds that we make go towards education in our community. Unfortunately, because of the loss that we had last year with the inclement weather on Sunday, and then having to cancel this festival, we have to hold off on our 2020 scholarships to see, what we're looking at, that kind of thing. So we are still accepting scholarship applications. We are still going to screen them, but it's just we're still in the process of figuring out, are we going to be able to give out scholarships this year or not? And most likely it's going to be that we're going to have to hold off and make a decision in 2021 and how we're going to have to do that.
So so for scholarship and grant recipients, was that money going this year or allotted for next year? How does that work?
Most of it is allotted for the following year. So for example, because of our loss last year, we gave out $60,000 in scholarships in 2019 based on our 2018 festival. We had a very successful year. This year we had to drop it down to 30,000 scholarships because of our loss last year. Because of our loss last year, we were going to have to take some money out of our reserves, because we still wanted to give some scholarships away. But with the cancellation of the 2020 festival, that dips into this year's costs, next year's costs, and then loss from the previous year.
Wow. So it's really going to affect in so many different ways. I mean,
yes,
not only just bringing people to Morgan Hill and showcasing, some of the businesses in Morgan Hill, but now it's affecting the vendors who come to the festival to have their booth and try and get new customers. And now it's, affecting even the scholarships and the grants that is really going to be covered. So that's really a bummer for that. How is your procedure?
Yeah.
How are you handling the vendors? I mean, are they understanding? Do they, are they wanting their money back? Are you earmarking it for next year? How is that being handled right now?
Well, we've sent out a mass email to all of our vendors and potential vendors that were coming in, letting them know about the cancellation, and the response has been very positive and supportive. Everybody thinks we made the right decision. So we haven't had anybody not be upset about it. Of course they're upset,
Yeah.
but they know that, we have the dates in 2021. A whole bunch of people have emailed us saying, we'll look forward to seeing you next year. You made the right decision. So it makes me feel better that, it's been a positive and supportive, response, because we feel bad that there's been way more festivals than just ours canceled. And, it's hurting them as well. Some of them, this was their biggest festival that they do, and the most money that they make. And, basically they don't have that this year. And like you said, without having the festival this year, the school groups don't get their stipends that they were, looking forward to getting for, like, the Washington trips and cheerleading camps and different things like
Right.
that. And then we also aren't doing the mini grant program this year as well.
Oh, okay. What is the mini grant program?
The mini grant program is for elementary and middle schools, for special projects for the homeschools. And we earmark about $7,500 to that, and we give mini grants. They fill out a grant application for the special project for the school, and then we award them with about a $700 mini grant.
Okay. How are you letting the community know that this has been canceled? I know you said you sent out emails to the vendors. Are you just what is your avenue of communication towards the public?
Well, what we've done is we posted on almost every Facebook page we could find, that's in Morgan Hill.
Mhm.
We submitted a press release to Morgan Hill Life and Morgan Hill Times and other local medias. We sent out mass emails to our contact list, and then we also have online websites that we advertise in for to get vendors and attendees.
Okay.
And we contacted all of them, and they're going to be sending out a mass email on our behalf as well, letting outside of our community know about the cancellation as well. And then we also are putting it on our website, and it's on our voicemail.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I know the Mushroom Mardi Gras, it reaches far beyond our South County area. And so,
Yes.
it's definitely something that people, earmark in their calendar. It's always the last weekend in May. It's just something that people have traditionally gone to, locals and outsiders, or I should say outside South County. So it's definitely, you've got to let people know, hey, it's not this time. And I think a lot of people understand that at this point. But yeah, for sure. Now, if they wanted to participate in any of the grants, the scholarships, being a vendor next year, where should we be sending people?
You could send them to our website, which is mhmmg.org.
Okay.
It's short for Morgan Hill Mushroom Mardi Gras. So it's mhmmg.org, and that has all of our information on it. And then also, we advertise the festival from like King City all the way past San Francisco. So we also contacted all of our ad representatives in print and electronic media, including radio, TV, and all the print media, and let them know that it was canceled as well, so they can update their calendars for us.
Yeah. How have deposits and stuff like that, like through the city, are they just rolling that over for you guys, being that you're a nonprofit, or because of in light of events? How is that affecting kind of your bottom line as well?
Well, actually, the city of Morgan Hill has been very supportive. They usually charge a processing fee for any cancellations, and they waived all of that for the events that had to cancel in Morgan Hill. So we're getting our full refund back on all of our permit fees that we paid out and different things. I've been holding off on signing contracts and sending deposits out. So basically, the only income we're really going to lose this year so far is what we've already advertised, early advertising, just to get the word out. So, that's unfortunate, but, there's nothing we can do about that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, this is definitely going to affect a lot of people for sure. What are the plans for next year? Are you still just full steam ahead and starting to already work on next year, even though you haven't had this year? I mean, it takes a long time to plan a big event like this.
We're looking forward to next year. We hope it's going to come back bigger and better. We do have some challenges next year that we need to talk about, including the Hale Lumber property is going to start construction, and we're going to lose some of our space for the festival.
Yeah.
So we kind of have to look at logistics and how we're going to rearrange the festival a little bit. But as of right now, we're full steam ahead. We're looking forward to next year. It's going to be May 29th and 30th of 2021. And hopefully everybody will be ready to party by then.
I know I will be. I already said, I was like, I'm going to have a party after this. I don't know. I think it's just going to be called We're Free and just get out there and enjoy, you know, interaction. I've been talking with friends via Zoom meetings. And so for me, I'm a hugger. I want to hug people. I want to talk to people. I actually prefer to stay home and relax. But when I'm with my friends, that's kind of when I feel at peace at times and just enjoying it. Because I have 3 kids, and so staying home with 3 kids and trying to now add homeschooler to my resume is not something I ever thought I would have signed up for.
Yeah.
So just a few things, thank you for talking with me about the Mushroom Mardi Gras. And it's mostly volunteers who put this entire organization on. I mean, and you have wonderful board members who definitely, come together, and they have everything in their best interests for the city and for the event itself. But just on a personal level, I want to find out, what are you doing to occupy your time right now? Anything special, fun?
We we live in Nevada, and we're kind of off the beaten path. We it's in the country, and I've still been riding my horse around the neighborhood, and it's just my husband and I right now. My son is still in California, and he's married, and so my husband and I just basically go out in our ATV and roam around the BLM land and ride our horses and that kind of thing. So we still try and get outside and do things, and so we're not just sitting in the house staring at each other.
Yeah,
And I'm going to have a lot more time on my hands.
I'd love to go ATV riding or horseback.
Oh, well,
I mean,
as soon as this is over, come on out and visit. We have so much fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Is there anything like, so for me right now, I don't know why, but I keep craving, I'm chip and dip, chips and salsa, chip and dip. Like, that's all I want to eat while I'm at home. Is there something that, you're making sure you have, like a vice, just to kind of get you through? Is there a binge movie you're watching? Any kind of binge food? Something maybe, are you reading a good book that maybe people may be like, I want to see that, or read that book while they're stuck at home?
Yeah. Well, actually, my schedule hasn't really changed. It will change because we canceled the festival, but I work out of the home full time.
Yeah.
And so, I was still up until Monday, working on the festival and processing applications and different things like that. So, I still had that. But yes, I would say my vice is black licorice. My husband just ran to Home Depot because we were running low on salt for our water softener, and I'm like, get me some black licorice. I gotta have my black licorice.
Yeah, I feel, I'm sitting here, I'm like, I'm stuck here, I need something. So my lunch has been a can of Coke and then a little bag of one of those pre-bagged chips with some dip, and I'm like, okay, that's how I'm gonna I'm gonna get it through, and so I've just been doing that. It's kind of funny. Well,
yeah, we've been having our Bloody Marys at night.
Bloody Marys at night. Okay, fun.
Yeah. So we kind of have our little happy hour Bloody Mary before dinner. And
there you go. Everybody needs to see some light at the end of this tunnel, for sure.
Yes.
For sure. Well, thank you very much, Sunday. I appreciate you talking with me about the Morgan Hill Mushroom Mardi Gras. I'm sad to see that it won't be going through this year, but I look forward to it next year. And I really, really encourage everybody to just stay, inside, and let's just get through this, because we need to start having some of these events again.
Absolutely. And I just want to say, I want to thank my board and our volunteers and everybody for being so understanding. This is not just an impact on us, but it's an impact on the whole community. I mean, everybody looks forward to, it's the first big festival of the season in May, and It's definitely a team effort. So it's not just affecting me, but it's affecting all of our volunteers, the community, people that look forward to it, our vendors. So I just want to thank all of them for being supportive of us and understanding where we were coming from when we had to make this heartbreaking decision.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Sunday. I appreciate just this little bit of time window has really already made my day. Having
Mine
conversations.
too.
I know.
Distant hug,
I
distant
know,
hug.
virtual hugs, virtual hugs. Well, thank you very much. And if you're interested, I am going to have some upcoming episodes of Let's Talk South County where I speak with other local community members, business members, and people who just want to have a little conversation during this time. Bye,
I
Sunday.
would love it. Bye-bye.